Get her done.
Flower of Scotland sink is ready.
Sit down in the chair.
Why are you walking? You're walking in place on my screen.
It doesn't matter.
Did that all yesterday, the whole freaking time.
Oh, right. Syncing is broken, so you can't really do it.
It is when they break it.
Quiet on the set,
Like the
boys and
second-
girls. Quiet on the set. We have a bot in the room, I hope.
Second to last patch.
Okay. Then you ready to play? 3, 2, 1, play.
Quiet on the set.
Quiet on set. Tape rolling. 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. And no other freaking better place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, lunch with no other than the dynamic duo, Laz and Jack.
And greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the news so you don't have to.
Don't have to. That's right. Bringing you our own brand of news and technical difficulties like every other day around here. Welcome to the show today, boys and girls. Today is Tuesday, March 7th, 2017 here inside Shroud of the Avatar. And of course, we got all sorts of good stuff coming up, but first let me get the stream actually functioning here.
Wait, did you forget did you forget to hit start today?
No, it's actually telling me it cannot connect to the stream today.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, I don't know why. Something about my key not functioning, which, I don't know. It's been streaming every other fucking day. Why would that change now? I have no idea.
I don't know.
Which key is it?
It's all good. It's the stream key.
It's
He has
the
to go into
Windows key.
settings.
Yeah, press your Windows key.
No. He's got to go into his Twitch settings,
Or
get
is
the
it
key,
the
and
Alt
reactivate
F4?
it. Yep. F1 for free porn, if you ever played CS. And I think that was like 1.456 something, way early. So we do have a stand-up corner for you guys while Laz is trying to get his stream back up, and hopefully he'll be able to join and catch up with us. Don't forget, our stand-up corner is where the devs sit there and say, hey, I worked on this yesterday, I'm working on this today. We get to randomly interpret what they meant by these things. And
hello, it's Elena Strongbow from SodaTutorials.com.
And then from there,
and
after we randomly interpret them, we pretty much make up other things. I'm sorry, we only state facts because we provide the truthiness for everybody out there.
We interpret the news
so you
don't
fake.
know.
That's fake news.
That's
Hey,
right.
it's not fake news. Have you not checked out the latest logo? I mean, it was updated on the NBNN.info website. I know.
That logo, I tell you.
It even says New Britannia News Network in Old Runic, or actually in Runic.
Ooh, I got to fix that too.
You got to fix lots of things. So, stand-up corner from yesterday, Monday. Remember, today's Tuesday. Taco Tuesday, where Sid may or may not have the tacos. So
It always brings the tacos.
I know. You gotta start off your day with a breakfast taco just to make it. You gotta round things out. So over in the art department, Bob the Builder.
Cult of Bob.
He was working on the Virtue Topiary and display cases. Virtue Topiary. I wonder which virtue they're going to make that Topiary into. I'm hoping that it's the anti-virtue of the which carnality one. Which one was that one?
Oh,
I forgot the name of it.
Your favorite, and you forgot the name already? I don't know why.
Yeah, I was distracted by the symbol. I mean. I know what the symbol is.
That's what the problem was. Is you were distracted by the symbol too much. That was your major problem.
Yeah. So new guy Damon. He's working on the Flame Fist. Okay. He's trying to make sure that he gets that fist all the way in there. He's taking lessons from Led Zepp on how to get it done properly.
Get her there.
What?
Well, hey, Led Zepp, where's your Flame Fist for you?
Flame Fist.
Flame Fist. That's what Damon's working on. He's trying to get the fisting done in the game.
Fist working.
I use Earth Fist.
Oh, you only use Earth Fist, not the Flame Fist? Oh, okay.
He has,
so you like the Muddy Fist.
Compassion. He doesn't want to make it hurt too much, you know.
That's right. Love some respect for the ladies.
Yeah. Fletcher.
Felcher.
He's working on the Vile Weapons and Wood Ducks.
Vile Weapons.
I know, Vile Weapons.
Weapons.
So maybe that means that we're going to end up with the Chris in-game, and then we really will have all kinds of UO-centric weapons.
Well, we got all sorts of stuff coming out, and
yeah,
Fast and Furious.
Yes, very fast and furious, and I got a topic for after all this that should be of interest to everybody, and we'll go over and take a look at. But let's go.
Are you referring to the time sync is real?
No, actually, that wasn't the one. We can cover that one as well. I forgot about that one. We never did get to that yesterday.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get to it eventually.
We'll get to everything eventually, folks. And of course, if you missed something, you can go back and catch us on YouTube. See what you missed the day before, because all sorts of interesting stuff happening out there. We post all sorts of stuff that if you're not keeping up, you're gonna miss.
What?
Well,
huh? I missed something? What I missed?
Yeah, you miss every show every day, even when you're sitting there with your pants on.
Yeah, we spend half the hour before the show trying to tell Led Zepp things that we
pants on, man.
What? How did I get my pants on? How'd that happen?
I don't know, 1 foot at a time. Kevin working on the hair transparency.
Aww.
Hair.
Reed working on.
I
know.
Is that bald?
Well, he's trying to.
Yeah, sounds bald to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what it sounds like.
That's what jackass hair transparency.
well, that would imply that there's hair there.
Right.
Mooing right.
Stomped.
Broke the train.
The dream is broken.
Train of thought.
Hey, Reed working on weapons as decorations and pavers.
So we're gonna get pavers for roads, not pavers for walkways, right?
Well, I wouldn't even call that a walkway. I would have called that a paver for a forest trail that's very rarely used.
Okay.
I mean that thing was so friggin' skinny. It's like, yeah. It was a game trail. That's what it was. It was a game trail.
It's lame.
Yeah. Over in design, Seawolf. working on a waterfall out in Serpent Spine's mine, and laying down the track for the mine carts.
Down the track. That's right.
He's laying down the track. I mean, so he's trying to make sure that he's got the guide straight to the entrance to the hole.
Is that the same as laying cable?
Not quite the same as laying cable. When you're laying track, there's a lot more skid marks involved.
You'd rather be laying pipe, right?
Yeah, you'd much rather be laying pipe than tracks. I mean, because the tracks, I mean, that just lets everybody know where you went.
And thank you guys, yes, for all your reports out there. Everything seems to be functional again.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well. Time to go rip the spit and chicken wire out of that box and get a couple of looks in there and see what might be going on.
Hey, last technical difficulties long in the house.
That's right.
That's right.
Dan. The myth, the legend in his own mind.
Dan the man working on the map kickoff meeting and spawning ruins and player town data.
What the hell's so funny here?
Lum the mad.
Paying attention.
Yeah, you got to pay attention, man.
Lum the mad.
Working on artifice and community and harvest NPCs. Sorcerer Steve is working on the map kickoff meeting and starting a new map.
New map. Ooh, that's that's a thing that makes you go, definitely.
Where's this new map at?
Yeah, well, we were talking about maps the other day. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
That's just a side.
That's right. Then List Rostov was working on trying to find his Medicaid alert necklace because he has fallen and he can't get it up.
He's fallen and he can't get up.
Can't get it up.
I know. It's like when you keep on falling down, I mean, there's something that needs to be said. You got to work on that stability. I mean,
just get a walker.
Your problem? Does he need a walker for the fall or what? So then over in tech, we did have Bobby working on bugs. And sound effects support and robot testing.
Yeah, robot testing. Make sure those robots are ready for the telethon.
Are you sure about that?
I don't know. I keep seeing my name added to the robot list, and Richard keeps changing it around. I'm on one list, I'm on another list, I'm on this bot, I'm on that bot. So I just keep getting emails. Apparently they're working on it, so...
The fun part you have to remember is one of those robots, the battery dies after like 30 minutes.
The one I use, Gort, is pretty stable. Last time I used it, it rocks for the whole time and didn't let it get charged down too much. And of course, took a break. Put it on the dock, and from the dock you get that whole front door area. So I was able to watch all that fun stuff. But you can check that out on the Christmas party stream.
Yep.
You can watch Jack
J1
lose his VR glasses in the
I know. I was so
White Elephant Christmas exchange.
Sid did get the tampons, so the bloody rags from Lord British and Darkstar.
Now, just out of curiosity, real quick, did anybody else just experience that with the music?
You mean the little pitch?
That Scroda. I've noticed that if music has blank pauses in it lately, the game music will overtake it as if there is no music playing, and then when the music starts playing again, it comes back. And I don't know.
Yeah, that happens when there's a pause that's too long, but I normally play with the music off, so I don't notice it.
I just recently noticed that, and okay, I'll go ahead and jot that down for a bug.
Okay. JY working on.
I forgot what I was going to play. Thanks.
You were going to play Inagata Davida.
Inagata Davida. Maybe. KY's
GUI
doing
working
what?
on the
What's KY
asset bundle performance. Wizard Smoke.
Assets. He said assets.
He's puff passing it for the trial support because some people can't even get to the game login. And web review and deck limits and magic movers.
No limits. No limits.
Yeah, the Deathbringer one and only working on cloth. Still not a solid object, so it has gaping holes as he works on the simulation. I still think that the much easier solution would have been to actually make all cloth a solid object.
But then it wouldn't flow, right?
Well, it would have required them to like recode certain aspects of it, but I think the longer they delay that, it's
easy,
going to be.
They would have done it that way.
I think it's the processing.
Did I not say that it would require some coding?
Oh yes, well that's beside the point.
Yeah, and so the tech weight, they're like, we'll deal with these holes and try to fix them eventually. Burning Toad,
the burn
is sharing the trial testing with Wizard Smoke and updates and patches and metrics. Because the Imperial system is way too complicated.
The Imperials, they got shot.
I know. We're gonna relocate to the metric system and never do it.
9 millimeters.
I still don't know how many kilograms I weigh. No clue. Can't do that math.
No clue.
American.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
There is.
Somewhere.
But Led Zeppelin will never find it.
Stones. We measuring stones here, man. Don't forget it.
That's right. Tesla working on refactoring of the web store architecture and PayPal support and sales support. Over in QA, Seraphina's the only one there as she works on trying to find some sanity and customer service and
that awesome customer service to you boys and girls out there. That's
regression testing. Which takes us to the useless overhead group where we've got a full house, it appears, with the Dippy Bird working on cheat monitoring.
Everybody's back. Cheat monitoring, that's right.
It's like, yeah,
better watch out. Evil Chris is watching you.
That's right. And a Unity upgrade and playtesting.
Are we gonna actually see it?
Maybe.
Maybe.
The Gorn. He's back to the general business. And metrics.
There's that metrics again.
That's right. Barrick. Waiting for something for Barrick. You got nothing for Barrick?
The elf.
Nothing? Okay. Works on telethon planning and reports and community update and flash sales and forums.
Our lovely community leader.
That's right. You know what? I noticed. Leo, the sound guy.
Leo,
where's he at?
The sound guy has not been there.
No, not for a little bit.
Maybe he's on vacation. You know, these guys actually do take some time off from time to time. Yeah, they're not slave drivers.
Time off. Vacation.
Not everybody's like the Attenwood, first guy in, last one out, and then comes back for another 2 hours because he didn't know whether he remembered to do something or not. You know, not everybody's that dedicated.
Depends on the day.
That's right.
Then Hutch was working on integrating some assets. And meetings. Lord British.
The man himself.
The guy who never works on the game
And
Might-
the guy who
might have
was in
Jira.
Soul Town over the weekend, greeting all the new players, saying hello, asking them their opinions.
Yeah, nope, never heard of him.
Never see him in game.
No.
Yeah, not that guy.
Never, not that guy. Yeah,
Tacos.
he may have Jira
Playing
in
around
general
Jira
business.
Land.
And he wants you to know that Taco
He had
Tuesday
his
is coming
breakfast
with
taco.
breakfast tacos.
Yeah, he
That's
started
right.
Monday off with breakfast tacos. He didn't wait
Breakfast
for Taco
tacos on
Tuesday.
Mondays. I know. In community.
Better than Wheaties.
And for the record, don't forget, Lord British has a crap ton of Jira entries and probably more game time than most
That's
players.
right. He is number 2 in Jira entries, last I heard.
Yeah. Although he may have overtaken that because
I don't think so. Only
no,
because the in-house entries are, he's doing them on the fly from wherever he is. I know.
He Jira's everything.
He
now.
does it so
I've
much
seen
that
him
he has
in a bar
songs.
at midnight Jira-ing.
Yeah.
I've seen him in breakfast in the morning Jira-ing. I mean, I've seen it, so I know.
Yeah.
You've seen it.
Yeah, then Chaox was working on patch notes and weekly update email and flash sales and telethon planning. And last but not least, the Drunk Star working on the weekly update, trial direction and forums and telethon planning and meetings.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's what our devs said they were working on yesterday.
Said they're working on. Whether they're
Said
actually
they were,
working on
yeah.
it or not, today is another story.
Yeah.
Of course, you'll find that out tomorrow when we hear what they posted for today. Very simple. But moving right along, the topic I just posted down there in Discord is one that I wanted to talk about. And then there was also another thing, but I want to talk to Thex about that before we ever mention it on air.
Hey, over the weekend, this just came in on my Twitch stream. Lord British was also playing around on Reddit.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Again, I know he was in Sultan. I got some nice video clips. We had List, of course. List is always out in Sultan, meeting new people,
Oh, yeah.
hanging out. And Atos
I think
was out there fighting with some people. You gotta see the crowd that came. When newbies are trying to spar with Atos. And
he's just standing there doing nothing.
yeah. Well, of course, people are standing around, and of course, the seasoned guys come along and they get a fight. So a new guy goes, "Hey, can I try and spar you?" And of course, yeah, whack, dead. Lord British come by and say, looks like a bunch of unfortunate people died here. Of course, I had to let them know.
You need to look at right now local chat for Jabbering Bertha. She recognizes that it's Taco Tuesday because she asks, "Are you hungry?" I think I'm hungry. It's been ages since I've had a taco. I just love tacos.
Don't see that anywhere.
What?
Yeah, I've never seen a Jabbering Bertha thing. How are you seeing that?
Especially when he eats
Nothing
tacos.
for Jabbering Bertha anywhere on my screen.
Well, obviously, you don't have the local chat up.
In one of these, I've got to have local chat. Yeah, local chat's there. I got nothing from Jabbering Bertha there.
Is it part of the combat text?
Maybe only you see
No.
it.
You okay, Jack?
No, I don't have it's lists or maybe it's under miscellaneous.
Take your medication this morning?
No, list is the one that's actually holding the Jabbering Bertha right now.
Yeah,
I see that.
I'm seeing it.
I see
Don't get
that.
it.
Maybe it's
You
under
not seeing it?
miscellaneous.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I don't see
But
it.
Jabbering Bertha is in his left hand.
Yeah, don't see it.
Did you turn on NPC?
I ain't
PC
going through
chat?
all that just to see.
I ain't going to
I got
that
enough
crap.
problems around here. You
man,
want me to go
what's
messing
going
my
on?
settings live during the show? Come on now.
Hey,
Turn on it.
It must be an
Laz,
NPC.
Last technical difficulties long strikes again.
That's right. But turning to the topic down there in Discord, let's take a quick peek at that. Tell me if you think it's worth getting into. I think it's really good. Otherwise, we can
see a
go
wall of words.
Otherwise, we can go look at questions. And questions are always fun. You know that.
That post, I don't think is really relevant, just because is the list of things that are missing from the game. We do know that the storyline stuff they're working on, and
well, it's a lot of good points, that we can talk pro and con against throughout. I just thought it was worth delving down the rabbit hole and getting other feedback and see what other people thought about it. But again,
but it's one where you know what they're going to end up probably releasing in 2017, probably third, fourth quarter, and it's going to be one where they are going to end up having, even though there's going to be things that get developed later on as they improve things like adding new skills.
Yes,
what this person wants is essentially rewrite the entire game.
Well,
he wants a new game.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when you get to bigger zones and mines, especially for multiplayer, they want a completely new game because they want hundreds of side quests, secrets, hidden stuff here and there.
Well, that's what. Well, see, now you're getting down that whole path there, and I'm going to bring it up on screen because.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at it. I mean, the hundreds of side quests is the second thing.
Well, but here's the kicker, and that's my point exactly. He's going, we need hundreds of side quests. How much have you really explored out there? You can find a dozen plus in each town that I've been to. So how many side quests has this guy actually done? How much has he actually looked for the quests is my question. And then I see this thing about the dungeons. He makes a comment that most of the dungeons, and for the most part, most of the dungeons are, a slash hack and kill, and don't require a whole lot of thought. But my question is, has he run Chillblains? Chillblains requires some thought and some puzzle solving. Some new stuff that's just coming in is requiring you to solve puzzles. How many of the puzzles has he solved in some of these dungeons down there, or does he even know about those dungeons? I mean, people go down to those dungeons, they hack, slash, they miss secret rooms. There's loads of secret places all over the place. Do you know them all?
Yeah, well,
maybe he's not high enough to go to those.
Soda Map doesn't give you everything, So, and again, being in the unfinished
if you notice, this person also wants a premium membership with a monthly.
Yeah, well, that's another reason why I wanted to get in here because, when it's been discussed, it's been tossed about, and I believe the decision has already been made that that's never going to happen. But there's so many points in here that we could sit down and discuss, and I just
oh my god, an auction house, which would be a disaster.
Well, see, again, auction house. Some games have in-game auction houses. We've asked for at least metrics so that we can get an idea on the economy. He mentions the economy as being non-existent.
Even if you look at like the Owl's Head public vendor, it's like the number of people that didn't pay attention ever to the fact that if you put something on the public vendor, it doesn't sell. It gets sold to the merchant
local vendor for
merchant-based
price.
Vendor prices.
Right. Yes. Vendor
so
price.
You end up getting like it's almost all vendor trash, and so you actually lose money.
But
especially when you're paying
a lot of interesting
to
points
post it.
to point out. Again, just for discussion's sake, because a lot of what he's pointed out here is actually already in the game, and that's what made me question this. The fights that lack tactics. You go down the chill lanes, you need a little bit of tactics to figure that stuff out. Has he been down there? Has he been down to the rise? Has he been to some of those places where there's other traps now? Just curious questions. Anybody can go down a list and make a wish list, but how much of this has actually been explored is my question. I like of course, the suggestion of an in-game auction house, but does he know that there's a full-blown economy outside the game, and that there's outside places to do that? There's players in-game running auctions, and that for those of us who are involved in that kind of stuff, I mean, Duke Violation and our guild, the BMC, are running regular in-game auctions. Why do we need an auction vendor? The idea is for the players to run this world, not for the bots to run the world. I mean, so does he get that? That's my question.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, you don't seem to be too interested in this, so let's get to telephone questions. How about that?
A lot of it is the stuff that's in development currently, and so it's one where it's like he's making a comment, but he makes a reference to, hey, let's compare this to this one troll in the Rise, the Obsidian troll in the Rise, because he's got bad pathing. It's like, bug report that, and then from there it's like
exactly my point. It's
one where it's like,
it's nice to have a wish list. It's nice to be able to do and say, hey, this is what you should do, woulda, coulda, shoulda, but fishing, we understand fishing's not finished. Agriculture, we know agriculture is not finished.
Agriculture doesn't even have a skill tree yet.
That's right. Lockpicking, we know lockpicking's not there yet. I mean, we're aware of this, so picking on that stuff,
there's a priority list they have, and like you said, I mean, the guy wants achievements, and it's like, well, that's good, that's fun, but agriculture needs skills. There's big holes in skills.
What I don't think a lot of people understand is a lot of the polish and finish that they're saving for the end. In my mindset is that they've got a shit ton of low-hanging fruit that's pretty much drop and use, most likely, and a bunch of systems ready in place, but of course all these systems could not be put in place until we've laid the foundation, which is just now coming into final fruition. So I'm thinking things like agriculture are going to be a drop-in package. I'm thinking things like certain other things are going to be a drop-in, and they'll tweak them to their own modifications because it's such low-hanging fruit. It's not high on the priorities list for final polish. I mean, final polish, it'll be the last stuff that goes in because it's going to be easy stuff to drop in. That's the way I see it. I don't see agriculture being hard. We've got the planting system, we've got the crops, they've got that down. Now they just got to tie it to skills. My 2 cents on that one.
And bulk watering and planting.
Coming. They know it's coming. Now, again,
don't forget the
fertilizer. One of those things that I also got to harp on. That if anybody thinks that when this game comes out and gets to initial release, hey, this is Shroud of the Avatar, here's our finished game, and that's it, is sorely mistaken. The game is going to constantly evolve. We're going to still have monthly updates every single month. There's going to be new additions. There's going to be tweaks. This is going to be an ongoing thing through the life of the game. It's going to be a living, breathing game. So there's always going to be something that somebody says is missing. Just my 2 cents.
Everybody's got a problem.
That's right.
Well, it's like what ends up happening is we also have to remember this is an open development.
Absolutely. So
developed for 3 years by about a staff of 30.
Correct.
And that staff of 30, everybody's got like their task list, and they've actually done a fantastic job with what they have. I mean, that means that they have to recycle a bunch of assets. And there are other games, especially AAA titles, that are in development for 7 years before you see anything, and they're nowhere near as playable as Shroud is.
Absolutely.
And the amount of content...
Or have tons and tons and tons of funding, but still haven't gotten anywhere.
Are you making a slight jab at a certain game that's raised over $200 million?
That would be the game, that's right.
Oh, yeah. $200 million, and what do you have to show for it? Because...
a bunch of pretty ships in a hangar?
Yeah, a bunch of pretty ships in a hangar.
Yeah, but...
it's not even a demo for it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. We've raised a little over 11 million, 3 years of development, and we've actually been physically playing and participating and actively enjoying the world for the better part of 2 of those years. So, I just don't see. But maybe we're a little jaded, but I don't know. I know it's a far cry from the days of sitting on the seat down by the bank because I couldn't move because the graphics were so heavily intensive on, and the bugs and the lag, and, these days we can freely move around. Things have just, it's a world difference in 2 years, that's for sure.
And, we have to remember that they're going to launch as soon as the storyline is complete, just because they've met the Kickstarter goals. And then they're going to continue the development. Every single month, we're going to have new things to come out. And that means it's like, hey, once it's launched, it's not a friggin' disc for a Sony PlayStation or Sega Genesis,
and
that's all you have.
That's
even
my
those
point.
have updates.
So if you're gonna sit there and give us a laundry list of things that ain't finished, or maybe not finished by the time episode 1 comes around, you got to remember episode 1 and the release parameters for episode 1 includes A, B, and C. It includes fulfilling all the Kickstarter promises. It involves getting the storyline content in, and it includes getting the base system functionality to get the game out and released. There's no promise of we're going to have everything from sailing boats to riding mounts to airships that you can fight across in mid-sky.
Magic carpets.
Yeah, there was no promise that everything and any thing on the wish list was going to be done by episode 1, and anybody who thinks that has really got the wrong mindset coming in. But let me derail this by saying, again, there's a lot of stuff that's in the works, but we are in the midst of a free play week. So for those folks who have been out there who have maybe been wanting to get in and try the game, they've been hesitant because they get these mixed reviews. We'll tell you, we'll be the first guys out there to tell you, don't read most of the reviews. The reviews are from people who haven't given the game a chance or came in and have read all the warnings. If you guys were here and saw our little skit last weekend, we got to do more of those, by the way. The game is in development. You understand that? Yeah, I understand that.
I don't understand that.
Are we going to have to reread that script again?
We're going to have to need more of those, and that's going to be exactly part of what the rebranded NBN is going to be when we make that move. Instead of having the show running in repeats, throughout the day and boring old stuff, we're going to have little, public service announcements like that, so that people out there watching will get to see us be able to give you information like, hey, doing that. We're going to have, Bex doing some Avatar TV stuff. We're going to have Justin doing a couple of walkthroughs and other things, and we're gonna shake it up a little bit by bringing you some new, fresh stuff without boring you with the same old. But we're in the middle of a free play week, and for those people out there who haven't had a chance to play, go out to the Shrouded Avatar site and check it out. Free play through Thursday. Come on, take a look and see what we're talking about. And of course, again, you're free to come in and talk to us and join us here right in Discord. You can go to the NBNN.info webpage and come join us. And
yeah, I saw a few visitors running around.
Yeah, there's again, as we were out over the weekend having a good time, and I was out. I saw, like I said, Lord British List, Atos, out there helping new people bouncing around the world. The staggering real truth of this is this was just put out there. There was no promo. The hospitalers had no clue. None of us guilds had any advance notice so that we could say, hey, okay, guys, you know, we got new people coming in. Be ready for an influx. And this was pretty much a word-of-mouth campaign.
I think it was a GDC thing.
You know, but being down at the conference is just, but it was word of mouth. It wasn't advertising. They didn't go out and, you know, buy any media publication. They were just out at the conventions, you know, stumping, and they were out there politicking. And of course, once they made a blurb about it, the community got hold of it and started blasting it out all over social media, and the numbers have just been off the chart. We're waiting to see, and I'm guessing we'll hear those numbers here on Thursday, as well as we're going to be hearing some other really fantastic numbers on Thursday, I hear, Thex.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
There's nothing there.
I don't know.
Although
this community kills me. These people, I tell you, they're heartless people out there.
Heartless people, man.
Thex, do you want to tell people about picking up their stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. Why don't we talk about that real quick when we got a few minutes before we got to move on. Auctions have ended with the...
Yep, they're all done with the Iron Maiden Chemo Relief Fund, and I've currently been dropping off stuff to people, and actually I've almost got the list done. So if you catch me online and ping me and let me know you're on, and I'll come bring you your stuff, or you can meet me depending on the size of the load.
Depending on the size of the load.
You like that?
How did I know that was scripted? No.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know, it was interesting with this auction. You know, there was about 12 to 16 people that pretty much bought it all. So, you know, it wasn't quite the nightmare that I thought it was going to be delivering all this stuff, because people are, you know, they went in there. There was, you know, a small pool of people bidding, so there was a small pool of winners.
There was some nice bid fights in there too, I understand. We won't go into that. We're going to save that for Thursday when you get to tell and talk to people a little bit more. And the whole community will get to see and hear what's going on.
The grand total.
Now, I'm going to wait, and we'll do this tomorrow. There's something out there I want you to look at, and we'll discuss that and bring it back tomorrow, hopefully.
Okay.
Do something.
Do something. That's right. Let's see.
I'm intrigued.
3 minutes.
Do you want to? Why don't we hit this real quick? Did I drop that link for you? Are you at the questions by any chance?
No.
No. Okay.
What are you talking about?
Let me drop a link for you then.
It's like, what are you talking about?
What am I talking about? What do we do before every calendar?
It's like I see Luke. I'm your daddy. Now come to the dark side. We have cookies and porn.
And porn. That's right.
I see a long fart.
Important news bulletins, Jack.
Yeah. So what are you looking for?
Important
That's
news.
the same. That's the same thing we already talked about.
Oh, didn't I get the right one?
No, you didn't. Killing me, Smalls.
Get it together.
My mouse died. I got this piece of crap replacement till the other one comes in tomorrow.
Okay. Which one did you finally settle on?
Yeah,
My notebook wireless one. Is this the same one?
Yeah, that's the same one.
Same
Why is
one.
it not copying what I got here? That's not what I'm copying.
Control V.
Post the same one again.
I swear I'm trying to get it right.
Totally.
Just one more time. Come on.
There we
Third
go.
time's a charm.
Try that.
Okay. That's what you wanted to look at? You could have just told me that, hey, I want to talk about
You just told
I
me.
did tell you. What the hell?
Don't you just tell me the number?
Because I want to spend
get
2
to some
minutes.
questions.
Well, you
said I
didn't
don't know
say
what you're
tele-
talking about.
You didn't say telethon questions. You said, did you get to the questions? It's like,
I
what
said, do you
questions are
wanna
you
get
talking
to the
about? I have no
questions?
idea. I can't read your mind, man.
You're killing me. Let's do
killing
BDF.
me,
Let's do the first one before we move on. We'll tease them a little bit, and we'll move right on in on them tomorrow.
Why do ingredients and food recipes not get consumed during the crafting process when you fail? It's food. If you burn it all, the stuff is gone. You can't just undo the sugar in your cookie dough. It's gone.
Oh, jeez.
Don't make it harder.
Don't make it harder.
Bug.
No, it's
Bug
not
report
bug.
that.
It's supposed to only consume the fuels so that they don't piss off the general population, and BDF should know that.
Yeah, you lose the coal.
It's not enough for him.
Put
I
it
guess.
this way: if you had 500 cottons starting out and you lost a cotton every time you did it, are you going to go out and try that again? Or no, you're not going to do that. If you lose the fuel, people are cool with it. If you lose the food, people are not cool with it.
Yeah, especially if you're farming high-level mobs to get meat.
We're not playing the zombie apocalypse where you have to survive and keep the zombies from eating your flesh type scenario here.
Hey, actually, that might be exactly what BDF wants.
Well,
he wants that dragon meat stew to become even rarer, because the people failing will end up being consumed, and
you'll lose your whole player base that way.
And
I'm afraid they're going to add. Yeah. They're going to add food spoilage. That's my big fear. You know,
food spoilage. That I could dig.
Just shut up, man.
That I could dig.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Well, can you just flick off the green parts and eat it anyways?
Yeah.
I mean,
could spoiled food be like Lord British's poisoned bread? I don't know. You get sick by eating bad food and having debuffs instead of buffs for eating bad food.
The 5,000 wolf meat I have in my chest gone in an instant.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, it's like, got to do something with that stuff. I mean, rot does occur. Unless you have a refrigerator.
I can buy a refrigerator on the store.
Is anybody figuring out what to do with rotting flesh yet? I keep getting that question from everybody.
Hold on. Does that mean if you store it in your basement that it will actually preserve even longer, or are we going to have the smokehouse so that way we can use the smokehouse as our meat preservation?
I would like to see both.
Okay.
Smoked fish, smoked venison.
I'm gonna bury stuff in the yard like haggis.
Yeah.
Smoked.
Get some kimchi.
You want the blood pudding?
There you go. It's good shit.
Yeah. Okay, so could you please consider making the following alternatives to the stun and mesmerize skill? BDF wants them to work more like Root, where the player can still fight but can't move, instead of freezing the player so they can no longer cast or use spells or skills. Why not make it so stuns, mes, and Root players prevent from using skill spells centered around strength, intelligence, dex, respectively? It's like a temporary mind wipe for all the skills.
I don't know. Do not the title of these skills speak for themselves?
Yep.
Stun, mesmerize. What is wrong with the definition of
mesmerize? Is a intelligence attack, so you shouldn't be able to do anything.
Yeah. Squirrel. Hello.
Well, mesmerize, you should be stupefied, so not just confused, but also you can't and
does he
unable
understand
to
what a
cast.
stun gun does? Do we have to hit him with a taser to make sure that he understands what stun does? Yeah.
Ooh, I'd watch that on YouTube.
Yeah, I would pay to watch that.
Yeah.
But no, just joking. BDF. But again, those are self-explanatory. Why would you change them?
Well, do they work that way?
No, he wants to change them so they work like Root. so that when you're stunned, you could still fight. Well, that doesn't define stunning somebody. I'm sorry, it just doesn't do it.
And then, I think they are different skills, and so they should definitely have different negative effects. So stun should definitely keep you from doing anything because you are incapacitated temporarily. Mesmerized, I think you should be completely stupefied, and anything that does take any kind of... that should definitely prevent you from casting anything. And it should also...
I would like to see...
you should still be able to move.
I would like to see maybe a 1D100 with the possibility if you roll the 100, you can actually strike a killing blow while you're mesmerized type, accidental, whoop. Yeah, I mean that would be
But the other thing about that is, you should also be able to attack your party members.
Oh, again, that's mesmerized. Now if you've ever had a really good DM, you know that crazy shit like that can happen when spells like that are cast. So I would like to see it more that way than trying to make it more like Root. But that's just us.
Question 3. It has been said multiple times that body parts would no longer be part of the ransom system. Could we please make this a priority so that when people win and lose, it matters and we're not just trading a handful of gold?
When did they say that? I thought body parts were an integral part of the...
Yeah, I thought they were definitely an integral... Yeah.
So that's
I don't even remember them saying that they're going to drop that.
Again, I've never even heard a peep on that. That's we would have read that in the stand-up. We would have read that someplace.
It might have been posted somewhere on the forums, or he's taking that out of context where other players said, "No, don't do this."
Yeah, I've heard that
or
before.
do this. Yeah,
that was the plan.
Moving right along.
Moving right along. It's time for calendar. And the updated NBNN website, where Laz has updated the logos for the New Britannia News Network. Yay! Don't forget, in order to access the calendar, just click on the calendar button at the top. And then from there, it is a Google Public Calendar, which means it's included in the Soda NBNN app. Yay! Which you can get on all the stores for all of your devices. Since it is a public Google Calendar, it's actually an aggregate of a bunch of other public calendars, and if you would like your public calendar added to the Shroud of the Avatar community calendar hosted on nbnn.info, you can always email news@nbnn.info, and that goes to that guy. And then today is Tuesday, March 7th. All times on the calendar are Central Standard Time in the real world, but we prefer to refer to them as New Britannia time.
Britannia time.
Yes, VIP ticket sales are still available for SodaCon. There are 2 remaining. And don't forget, that includes the
2 out of 12, folks.
Guided tour of the Portalarium Studios, led by none other than Lord British. If you know that you're not going to be able to attend SodaCon in October, but you would like the cloak, don't forget that non-attendee cloak donations are available until those supplies are exhausted, and the early bird ticket sales are still ongoing until April Fool's Day. Now that that's covered, today at noon, 3, 6, 9, and 12, around the clock, there are 2 idiots. 2 idiots that don't know what the hell they're doing on a show called Lunch with Laz and Jack on WRFB.
Lunch with us.
That's right. Where we interpret the news so you don't have to. At 2 o'clock you can always join Sean Silverfoot for the Paxlayer Town Manager Hour and learn about all of the Paxlayer boroughs, or if you're interested in becoming a resident of Paxlayer, just ask him and he'll set you up. At 3 p.m., the EVL Guild is holding a Euro-friendly dungeon crawl. And that's going to start on the overworld map outside of Owl's Head, and that is led by none other than Wintermute Offcoff. At 7 p.m. for the American players, the EVL is also holding a dungeon run that's also Those stinky Americans. Also meeting on the overworld map outside of Sultan, Owl's Head, and that's going to be led by none other than Zinni. If that's not your thing, and you'd rather go do a dungeon run of Chilblain's Compendium of Pain and Suffering,
Compendium of Pain,
and Suffering. That's right. You can join the Jade Dragons for that dungeon run, and that's led by Mal Hari. Yay! At 7 p.m. on WRFB. The 70s at 7. And if you are a backer of the Hearth of Britannia, they are having a Patreon backer rabble, which means that you can go hang out with other Patreons and talk about Hearth-related items.
Rabble,
maybe
Rustic Dragon.
I know. You get to hang out and talk with them for an hour.
Now, Rustic, is he busy or is he still here listening?
I'm here listening.
Tell the folks about it real quick.
You just need art to get his attention.
Yeah, certainly. This is the first Patreon backer rabble, and one of the promised rewards for my Patreon is a monthly hangout where we basically talk about what the Hearth of Britannia is doing, what my plans are, and let people discuss and shape the course of those plans. In this case, we're going to be talking about Hearth of Britannia, the upcoming Hobloth 4, and also a little bit of stuff that I've been doing with the cookbook lately, which is honestly somewhat backburnered to make room for Hobloth 4. But in this rabble, I'm going to explain kind of what my plans are for Hobloth 4, the trinkets that I plan to have, some of the story stuff, and let people talk about that stuff. So those of you out there, if you have not backed the Hearth of Britannia on Patreon, definitely do that, and you can come to this rabble and get spoilers for the event and help shape the direction of the event. That being said, if you don't want spoilers, don't come to this rabble, because it's totally going to be a bunch of spoilers, and it's going to ruin the surprise, because, in my opinion, one of the best things about going to Hobloth is learning what the quest will be as soon as you get there, and learning what trinkets you get as soon as you get there. So it's entirely up to you whether or not you want spoilers or not.
That's right. And Hobloth is an experience. Jack, I, Shroud, we can all tell you about it as well.
It was a ton of fun.
And Rustic, I got to tell you, is last year you took a very big leap of faith in this community, and it paid off 1,000-fold, in my opinion. The community stepped up to make that a wonderful event, and we're looking forward to this year's event. So, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Certainly, and thank you. I think it turned out wonderfully as well.
And all Hobloths are completely different. So if you went to Hobloth 3, don't think that Hobloth 4 is going to be the same thing. If you went to Hobloth 1, Hobloth 2 was completely different. Hobloth 3, even more different. So everything is completely different. Every single Hobloth. I don't even know what Hobloth 4 is going to be like, and I'm sure that Rustic Dragon has a general idea, but that may change. Would that be a fair assessment?
That is a fair assessment. I have a general idea, and you're absolutely right that it may change, and you guys out there listening can help make it change.
That's right. So stay tuned to, of course, us here. We'll be bringing you any updates that Rustic's willing to give us beforehand, and you can go check him out at the Hearth of Britannia's Patreon site to get yourself included in all this banter and fun stuff. But meanwhile, we got to move on. You want to just shout out those other two items on the calendar? I've already closed it down.
10 p.m. Avatars Radio, Temper Tantrum T-Days, and 10 p.m. on WRFB.
WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. Of course,
the record
SodaCon Austin 2017 happening at the end of the year. If you need information, go to SodaConAustin.org and get all the information you need out there. If you don't find it out there, go ahead and hit me up, and I'll go ahead and get you pointed in the right direction.
And that means it's time for us to actually thank our sponsors. I'm just going to hit play on that.
I'm not even going to play on that today. We're just going to go ahead and put a blanket out to all the sponsors out there. They will understand that we've got other things sometimes that have to take a little precedent. And, of course, though, we do have to thank, and we cannot forget the folks out there watching today. Thank you guys again. For being here every day, joining us, coming here in Discord, watching on YouTube, watching the streams, listening to us throughout the day on WRFB. Gotta lose that joke. It's getting old.
Maybe.
But, yes, great stuff coming down the pipe. We'll have plenty more for you tomorrow. Again, thank you, folks, for joining us. Jack, you want to say thank you to the good boys?
Yeah, thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for participating. Thank you for hanging out with us in Discord. Thank you for watching out on Twitch, YouTube, and or listening on Radio Free Britannia. We couldn't do the show without you guys, and we do it for you guys. So thank you for hanging out with us. Don't forget, join us in Discord, discord.me/NBNN to come hang out with us and join us.
Visit the website, and you can get your hands on all the information out there. But we got to wrap it up for today. We're going to get out of here. We'll be back with more questions for the telethon, more latest news and updates here, and whatever else we can think of tomorrow. I'm Lance.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more news, sports, entertainment, crazy, wild happenings, the latest shenanigans right here on the set. And, of course, anything else we can bring you happening right here inside Shroud of the Avatar. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all then.
Yay! We lived through another show.
We made it. Almost 2 years.
Last technical difficulties long is still here. Yay!
My fault. I know.
He broke the internet.
You've come to the internet, and the internet, please log off.
I've got your internet.